Welcome to Chapter 2, Lesson 4, which is adding and subtracting decimals. The Common Core standard we're going to be covering during this lesson is fluently add, subtract, multiply, and divide multi-digit decimals using the standard logarithm. So the key idea here is to add or subtract decimals. You write the numbers vertically and line up the decimal points. Then bring down the decimal point and add or subtract as you would with whole numbers. So this key idea is very important. We want to keep that in mind as we're going throughout the lesson. Example 1 for adding decimals says add 8.13 plus 2.76. Step 1 is to line up the decimal points. So we have 8.13 plus 2.76. Now you are just going to add like you would any other normal addition problem. 6 plus 9 is 3. 7 plus 1 is 8. Bring your decimal straight down. 8 plus 2 is 10. So your final answer is 10.89. All right, example B, we have 1.459 plus 23.7. So we're going to line up our decimals here. 1.459 and 23.7. Now this might look a little funny to you, so what you can do is to insert 0 so that both numbers have the same number of decimal places. So after the 7, we can add zeros here, and we can also add a 0 in front of the 1 so that it looks a little bit easier to when we look at it. 9 plus 0 is 9, 5 plus 0 is 5, 4 plus 7 is 11, carry. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5, 0 plus 2 is 2, and you're going to bring your decimal straight down. So your final answer for example B would be 25.159. Okay, now if that went a little too fast for you, pause, rewind it, and you always can look at the step-by-step directions that are typed up over here on the right-hand side. All right, one more example. We have 2.8 plus 5.547. This is another example where we will have to add zeros. So line up your decimal point. We can add zeros in to make it easier to look at and add like normal. 0 plus 7 is 7, 0 plus 4 is 4, 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Bring down your decimal point. So your final answer is 8.347. All right, so those are 3 examples on how to add decimals. Let's move on to subtracting decimals. You follow the same rules here as lining up the decimal points and subtracting like normal. So for example A, we have 5.508 minus 3.174. We lined up our decimal point, and now we're just going to subtract like normal. 8 minus 4 is 4. We are going to borrow for here. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. Bring down your decimal point. 5 minus 3 is 2. So you get 2.334 as your final answer. All right, example B. We have 21.9 minus 1.605. This is one of those problems where you'll have to add zeros in. And we can do that because adding a 0 does not change the value of the number. And subtract like normal. We have to borrow here. So we have 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 0 is 9. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down your decimal point. 1 minus 1 is 0. And 2 minus 0 is 2. So you have 21 and 295 thousandths as your final answer. All right, example from the video. 15.7 minus 2.375. Go ahead and add in the zeros and subtract like normal. Another example where we have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 6 minus 3 is 3. Bring your decimal point straight down. 5 minus 2 is 3. 1 minus 0 is 1. So we have 13.325. All right, let's move on to the next page of our packet. We're almost done with this lesson. We just have a real life application problem. It says your meal at the school cafeteria costs $3.45. Your friend's meal costs $3.90. You pay for both meals with a $10 bill. How much change do you receive? So first we need to figure out how much you owe all together by adding $3.45 and $3.90. So let's add those together by lining up our decimal point and then adding like normal. 4 plus 9 is 13, carry 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we owe $7.35. Now we need to figure out how much change you will get back if you paid with $10 by subtracting the total cost from $10. So we have 10 minus our total cost of $7.35. Now the decimal place for 10 would be after the 0. So we're going to have to add in zeros here to make our subtraction a little bit easier. So first thing we'll have to do is borrow. $10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. Bring down your decimal point. 9 minus 7 is 2. And 0. So you will get $2.65 back. It is very important that you add the dollar sign there because that is your label for this problem. Okay, last one I'm going to do with you, then I'm going to have you do a couple on your own and we'll check them in class. A binder at the store costs $4.87. A pack of pens at the same store costs $2.94. You pay for both the binder and the pack of pens with a $20 bill. How much change are you going to receive? So just like we did up here, first we have to figure out how much we owe all together. So we have $4.87 plus $2.94. 7 plus 4 is 11. 8 plus 9 is 17. Plus 1 is 18. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So we owe $7.81. If we pay with a $20 bill to find our change, we will have to do 20 minus $7.81. Remember, the decimal place goes after the 0, and we can add in zeros, and then subtract like normal. We'll have to borrow. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. Bring down your decimal. 9 minus 7 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. So the change that you will get will be $12.19. Okay, for a little bit of on your own practice tonight, I would like you to do problems 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We will check those tomorrow in class.